Hi and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben and this is my review for Netflix's original series, True Story. Let me know in the comments below, have you heard of this new Kevin Hart series? What do you think of Kevin Hart as a dramatic actor? Let me know in the comments below, but for now, let's jump in. One of the world's most famous comedians is forced to answer the question of how far he will go to protect what he has. So Kevin Hart plays Kid and his brother is played by the actor Wesley Snipes. And I think their duo on screen is what holds your attention for most of the 7 episodes. It starts off with pretty much an hour-long episode, and then they're much shorter. They're about the 30-minute piece, depending on the episode. It does feel like a one and done. I doubt very much we're going to get much more than this. But the best thing about this series, I have to say, is the tension that this series provides. From episode 1 to the end of episode 7, you're probably going to be on the edge of your seat. I really wasn't expecting it. It's tension that is like your heart is in your throat. You don't know that it's building up because sometimes what's on screen isn't really that tension filled, or at least it doesn't look like it. But because of what's gone on before, because of the repercussions of what's happened, everything is just a builder. So between each episode you'll have something happen because of the circumstance that's happened, the MacGuffin thing that happens at the beginning, and you think that the brother and the brother managed to sort out that issue, and then it is like it escalates to the next episode, and then it escalates, and you think they have a breather, and then it escalates again. It keeps you on your toes for all 7 episodes. And I have to give it to it as well. I didn't see when there were kind of twisty things, not that that's what the story leans on, but when there were twisty things, I was like, whoa, okay, I didn't see that coming, which is great. When you keep your audience guessing and it hasn't been written in the way that you can easily guess what's going to happen, then that keeps it very interesting. And so when it hits with a punch or an emotional beat, it really does it well. It ticks all of those boxes. Now, the cinematography isn't something that I'd write home about, but it's not something that I noticed, which means it's probably good, because if it doesn't shout, hey, look at me, I'm artsy fartsy, instead it just makes you be absorbed in what's going on with the story, and the actors get to showcase what they're doing, then that probably means it's doing well as well. The same can be said with the score. There's this underlining tone that's just like those deep resonant drama tones that sometimes get, and it just heightens the moments of the tension that they're trying to get over to you as the audience as some crap is about to hit the fan. It's seriously dark in places, and it goes places that I wasn't expecting it. This definitely showcases what Kevin Hart can do in the dramatic nature. I loved him in Fatherhood. I thought it was excellent, but this is definitely, for me, his best performance in the dramatic performance. I can't really remember many other things that he's done dramatically. We know he's got comedic timing, although I know art is subjective and comedy is subjective. I do like him in some comedy movies I've seen and some stand-up I've seen. Not all, but for me, he's shining in the drama, and in this story particularly, I thought he was fantastic. But he is offset against Wesley Snipes, which is almost his counterpart in character. So we have this brother who's this genius comedian and also actor. He is crossing off those billion-dollar movies. That is his kind of performance, and around that, it really showcases what happens to a person when they have that amount of money. That it's just not like an easy life. It looks like it, but it showcases some of the issues that they have to deal with. And then you kind of put in the mix a brother that is you're always having to kind of bail out of circumstances. He's the brother that has these ideas of businesses that fail and then gets himself into trouble. And so we have these two polar opposites that find themselves in an issue, then having to work together, and the friends around them are saying, please don't deal with your brother again. And so that was a very interesting, I guess, story dynamic part of the story to see how they did that. But Wesley Snipes, again, he's an actor I haven't seen in the mainstream a lot since his Blade Days, since he did 2 years in jail for tax evasion. But this performance of his was great. If you go and have a look at his IMDb page, earlier he did some phenomenal dramatic performances, and this is just showcasing what he can bring. There's a presence that he's managed to bring in the character, not particularly a character that I would like to know, but sometimes there's these subtle bits of his character that you see in his facial expressions, that with what's going on, that he wants to say something, he wants to talk to his brother about something, and it just doesn't come out, but it kind of comes out in his eyes and facial expressions, what his face is doing in that moment. You get it as an audience member, which I thought was fantastic. You are often hoping that these brothers will choose different choices in life to not kind of go down the rabbit hole, but also when they try and fix one, things kind of just spiral out of control and go down another rabbit hole. It's also genuinely scary in moments, brutal in moments that I wasn't expecting, like brutal from other characters. There are other background characters in this story, but it mainly focuses on the brothers. There is one other character I would like to talk about. Theo Rossi plays Gene, the world's biggest fan of the Kevin Hart character Kid, and I thought he was phenomenal in his role. He plays those people that you often see that are more than fans, that are fanatic about their fanship, that borders on stalkership or just is stalking their favorite people. And then you see sometimes in the limelight where the people in Hollywood or actors or stars of that nature have to deal with people, and sometimes they get really nasty. This one is a guy that just genuinely loves this figure. It has all the collectibles from shirts, figurines, you name it, he's got it. The way you see his character interact with Kid is genuinely sometimes creepy, sometimes genuinely heartfelt. It's just a character that felt very real and tangible, and I thought Theo's performance in this was fantastic. It really is the performances that shine in amongst this very dramatic story. I'm going to give this 5 out of 5 Nicolas Cages. I think it's phenomenal. You need to put it on your watch list. I was thoroughly entertained, although at times I wanted to stop watching because it often doesn't let up. I've said this time and time again that if you're going to have something that's really tension filled, you need to have a comedic moment or something to give your audience a break. Now, there aren't comedic moments that you might think with the Kevin Hart series, but there are moments where it concentrates on something else, giving you some time to breathe and go, maybe they've gotten away with this, and then it gets back stuck into that flow, that tone that they're going for, which is pretty much tension filled. You're really not going to get to breathe properly until the credits roll. I thought it was fantastic. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this series. Are you excited about it? Is this perhaps Kevin Hart's best performance? It is for me, and I think Wesley Snipes' best since, well, for a long time. I'm hoping that they continue down this road because very, very, very good. Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.